Well, a major criminal justice bill is being debated right now in the Congress and could be on the brink of becoming law. The president is pressuring the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell to hold a quick vote on this bill. The bill would reduce penalties for many federal crimes and allow thousands of federal prisoners to win early release. Democrats have been pushing for this for many years. Suddenly, it's a top Republican priority right before they give up the House of Representatives. Tom Cotton is a senator, a Republican from Arkansas. He's been paying close attention since day one to this. He joins us tonight. Senator, thanks very much for coming on. So, as far as I know, there have been no public hearings on this bill, at least recently. So the rest of us are a little bit confused. People like me who think there are parts of the system that should be reformed don't know a lot about the details of this bill. Open-minded, but uninformed. Inform us about what's in this bill.
Tucker, we have a recidivism problem in this country. Prisoners should be given a helping hand in prison to get back on their feet once they pay their debt to society so they won't be a menace to society. The House passed a bill that was a first step towards that. Unfortunately, in the Senate, it's become an early release and sentencing reduction bill. As you mentioned, up to 2,500 serious drug traffickers are going to be released almost immediately, within weeks or months of this bill passing. And remember, Tucker, these are the 2,500 that were so dangerous, not even Barack Obama would commute their sentences. It is an almost mathematical certainty that someone is going to commit a heinous crime if this bill passes.
So, but that wouldn't include fentanyl dealers, right? Because, I mean, fentanyl is so widespread, it's lowering life expectancy in this country. So a trafficker of fentanyl wouldn't be eligible for this, would he?
Well, Tucker, whether or not they're eligible for early release under certain provisions of the bill, under other provisions of the bill, almost every drug trafficker, whether it's fentanyl, heroin, methamphetamines, cocaine, would see their sentences reduced, sometimes by up to half. That's going forward. There's still going to be a lot of serious offenders let out of prison within weeks or months of this bill passing as well. That's one reason why it's so dangerous to public safety.
So I have a list of various crimes for people convicted of these would be eligible for early release under the terms of the bill from a couple of days ago. Strangling a spouse, providing firearms to federal prisoners in prison, rioting in a correctional institution, assault with intent to rape, and a bunch of other pretty serious violent crimes. Why would anybody include those crimes? I thought it was only nonviolent offenders who were getting easier treatment here.
Tucker, that's a very good question, and that's just a short example. I could give you more, like carjackers or bank robbers, and for that matter, there are serious nonviolent offenders as well. I'm surprised the Democrats are prepared to vote for a bill that's going to cut Michael Cohen's sentence by up to a third. Even the president says they should lock him up and throw away the key. Yet the Democrats are about to support a bill that would cut Michael Cohen's sentence by up to a third. A little surprising based on their rhetoric of late.
So crime was out of control in the 70s and 80s. Big cities were uninhabitable, including parts of New York City. Crime dropped off a cliff starting in the early to mid-90s, and we're still enjoying the fruits of that. Do you think that this bill will help reverse the trend and make this country more dangerous?
Unfortunately, Tucker, I think that's a real possibility. Again, you're releasing thousands of serious, repeat, in some cases violent offenders within weeks or months of this bill being passed. It's almost certain that they're going to commit terrible crimes. In the future, you're slashing sentences for drug dealers and other offenders by up to half. And you're sending a message that we are taking for granted the gains that we've made, as you cited, from the crime wave in the 70s and 80s when we finally got tough on crime. We extended prison sentences. We had truth in sentencing laws. We took away the discretion that liberal judges had. I worry very much that this will mean dangerous streets for our communities and our families.
Isn't there a way to reform elements of the criminal justice system that need reform, stop putting non-threatening people behind bars, help reduce recidivism, and not open the gates and let dangerous people out? I mean, there's no way to get to something sensible?
Of course there is, Tucker, and I support those efforts. So, for instance, in federal prisons, we could encourage GED programs or job and career technical training programs, mentoring, counseling, especially faith-based programs. We don't have to, in return, slash sentences for drug dealers to do those things. We can offer them and encourage prisoners to take them.
Is this bill going to pass?
We'll see what happens in the debate on the floor. I, for one, don't plan to vote for a bill that's going to let serious drug traffickers and carjackers and bank robbers out of prison early or slash their sentences in the future. If another senator wants to do that and answer his voters for the crime that results, that's his or her prerogative.
Senator, thank you very much. Tom Cotton of Arkansas. Good to see you.
Thanks, Tucker.